Hello, hello, a pleasant afternoon for Good Friday. Yes, we are seated here at the feet of Jesus. Oh my goodness, look at this beautiful statue. I am so thrilled to death to be here with S.Yates, my friend, my sister from another mister. I tell you, I'm so thrilled to death for having you to be here and wanting to share your story with the Monique Woolley Foundation. And that's exactly why we're here. We created a platform for someone like yourself to share their story and to give hope, to keep hope alive. And I think it's just so important. But I'm gonna stop where I'm at right now and just give the floor to you, and please just tell us a little bit about Cindy, and please get into your story.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, I love you already. We haven't known each other a long time, but you know how you have that beautiful heavenly connection, and that's absolutely what it is with you, Amor, and I appreciate it. So we are here for me, one of my very favorite places in the whole entire world. So this is the Los Angeles Temple, and if you haven't been here, come by when you're in Los Angeles, because they love it when people come and visit. It's where I was married to my sweet Craig 37 years ago. Wow. I know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow, you don't hear that anymore.
Years. I know. And we have 5 beautiful children. And you know, it's a place where I feel safe and I feel peace. And so when Amor invited me to share my story, she asked me, where would you feel comfy? Where do you feel peaceful and full of love? And I said, I'd really like to meet at the Los Angeles Temple. So we've been here kind of playing and having some fun and getting to know each other, and we just really appreciate it. And I do want to just give a little shout out to your awesome Daryl, because he's amazing.
Yes, and, thank you.
You know, I hope that someday you'll get to meet these beautiful people, because they're amazing. And I appreciate you loving me.
Thank you.
We have to have more love in the world.
Yes.
So my story is probably, you know, maybe the same story as a lot of people, and actually that's the beauty of this foundation. I think the Monique Woolley Foundation is incredibly important, because the more we hear each other's stories, the more we feel like we're not alone in the world. And so I kind of want to share with you a little bit about what I've experienced. So I have 5 children, as I said, and I'm a makeup artist, I'm an author, and I just love helping women and men feel beautiful and joyful. And my day job, I actually help men be successful, so that's kind of interesting. But I also just have tried to figure out a way to help women lift their lives. Well, let me tell you how that started. So in my 40s, I gave birth to my 5th child, Billy, and he had Down syndrome. And when he was born, I thought I was done having children. So it was this huge miracle that we were able to have another baby, and he was born with Down syndrome. Well, that little boy was an absolute miracle, and just so wonderful to be the mother of someone who is Christ-like. I lived with a little boy that had the most beautiful Christ-like love every single day. Wow. Every single day. And so let me tell you just a couple little stories. So we were at a business meeting, and I took Billy with me all the time, everywhere I went. And so we were sitting in a restaurant, and it was interesting because as we were sitting having this little meeting, and Billy was eating his food, and he was like 3 or 4, there was a group of young adults over in a booth talking, but they started, there was a change in the atmosphere of the restaurant. And when I looked over, I realized that they were making fun of my little boy and that he had Down syndrome. And that mama bear thing just took over, and I was just like, oh, I just wanted to go beat him up because they were messing with my child. Right. But then I stopped and I looked at my little boy and I asked myself, wait a minute, how would Billy like me to treat him or to handle this situation? So I picked up my little boy. I took him over to the table. I knelt down in front of the table, and at that very moment, Billy reached out his little chubby hand and squeezed the arm of the girl that was right next to him, and the whole atmosphere of the restaurant changed. And I said, I would like you to meet my little boy. This is Billy. He has Down syndrome, and he loves everyone. And the young woman started to cry, and there was this beautiful change of spirit in this entire restaurant. I had a choice to either be angry and be offended, or think, how would Billy like me to represent him? And that changed my life. Well, when Billy was 6, he fell asleep and didn't wake up. So it was a really difficult time for us. He was just everything to us. Our whole family, our whole neighborhood, he was just this bright, shining star. And I was devastated. It was a horrific experience for me. So about 3 days after Billy passed, my husband took me away because I just was having a hard time coping with the situation. And
my condolences.
Thank you.
Oh,
yeah.
sister, I know.
It's hard.
It's hard.
A mother should never have to say goodbye to a child. It's not a club you want to be in, you know? So this is the part that I wanted to share with your audience and with, you know, the people in the world, is that we went to this retreat, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I just wanted to scream all of my air out of my body. I just wanted to scream all of my organs. I just wanted to just get it all out of me. But I was in a public place. I didn't want to embarrass my husband, and so I went into the bathroom, and I turned on the tub with only hot water, and I didn't touch any cold water. And I filled up that whole tub with boiling hot water, and I submerged my entire body. The thing that happened to me, though, is the reason why my voice needs to be heard, because as I sat in that boiling hot water and my skin started to bubble, I realized that I felt relief. The relief of that pain of my body, that relief of that physical pain, the physical pain, gave me that mental and spiritual relief that I needed. And I had never experienced that before. I had no idea. But as I sat in that bathtub, I had all of these memories flash through my mind. And I had a memory of about 20 years ago. I was at a restaurant in Santa Barbara with a girlfriend, and it was a really, really sunny day. I remember wearing a hat and having a sundress on, and it was a really warm, sunny day. And my girlfriend had on a black sweater. And I was just amazed. I had been raised, this is another story for another time, but I had been raised in a pretty abusive home, and my mother wore a lot of long sleeves and a lot of sunglasses. And so I thought, what is going on? So I reached over and took her hand, and I pushed up her sleeve, expecting bruises. But actually there were cut marks, and she had old scars and fresh scars, and she had been cutting herself. I was disgusted. I was disgusted because I didn't understand, and this is my message. She had a beautiful life. She was married to one of my dearest friends. She had these 4 beautiful children. She had the most beautiful singing voice. And in my mind, I thought, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And I judged her. As I sat there in that tub with my skin boiling, I thought, Cindy, you didn't understand. She must have been dealing with something so grave and so hard mentally and spiritually that she needed to relieve that pain through causing something physical. Right. So as I sat there, I began thinking about my friends who had lost children to suicide, like you. And I thought about the people in the world that have tried to commit suicide, and people in the world that just really do look for some sort of relief from that mental and spiritual pain. And wherever it's coming from, whether it's some tragic experience that they had like I did, or, I don't know what the experience is. It doesn't matter what the experience is. What matters is that we give each other grace. Yes. I mean, how beautiful that we're sitting here at the foot of Jesus, yes, and that we're reminded to give each other grace. Let's stop judging. Let's stop thinking we know the answer, because we just don't. And as I sat there, though, I got out of the tub, let out the water, and I put more hot water in. I got back in and realized that I was healing myself strangely. And then I thought, I'm not telling my husband. How embarrassing that I'm harming myself. How do you explain to someone that I'm actually getting relief through harming myself? But it's reality. It's real. This is real. And but here's the good news: as I sat there, I started thinking about how I could come out of this and how I could make a change for others. How can I take this experience that I just now had this enlightenment where I can help, and I can really help, because now I really understand. And I thought in my mind of the people that I could reach out to that were going through pain in their lives, or that were pretending like they were okay, but there was so much pain in their eyes. And I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something. So for many, many years, I lived with a hole in my heart, knowing that I could not replace that joy that my Billy gave me. He filled up a spot in my heart that now had left a hole. So many years later, this was about 3 years ago, I had a friend that was really struggling through a very, very difficult time in her life. And I knew how to help her. I had been inspired. I discerned what I could do to help her. And when I reached out and helped her with nothing in mind but just wanting to love her and help her, there was no monetary gain. There was no, it wasn't prideful. There was nothing about it but that I just wanted to help her and that I could. And when I did, I felt that infusion of joy in my heart. It was a physical upliftment. And I just knew that I needed to start something to bring about joy. And so that's how the Joy Project for Women was born.
How beautiful.
I know. And so we've got to remember, number one, that you cannot experience joy in this world without sorrow. You can't experience joy without struggle. It is something I'm shouting from the rooftops, because if you are trying to have the perfect life, I don't know if there's a spot in this world where you're going to find that. But on the other hand, the higher your grief, the higher your joy. It's this pendulum that is swinging in our lives. And the other thing that I really want to share with your audience is that joy is a gift that everyone is born with. Amen. Everyone is born with this beautiful gift of joy, but it's up to us. We have our free agency. And it's up to us if we grab onto that joy, and we can feel joy even in the deepest sorrow. So a friend of mine, one of our mentors at the Joy Project, she said, I was at a funeral one day, and it was just this really, really sad funeral. But one of the kids, one of the sons of the man, got up and told a story, and it was a funny story. And everyone in the chapel, they were laughing. And she said, how amazing is that in the middle of the deepest sorrow, you can feel a sense of relief through laughter. You can feel a sense of relief through community. Yes. And then that is the glimmer of joy. Joy is that glimmer that you receive even through the deepest, darkest times. And as I was sitting in that bathtub, the thing that brought me joy at that moment was that I could take this understanding, and I can go back to friends that are cutting themselves, or friends that feel like they have no other option, and I can be that voice and that understanding for them. And that is what my whole life is about now. I want so badly to lift as many people as I can through this horrific experience that I had that turned out to be something really, really beautiful.
Yeah, and if I may just tag on to what you're saying, we can't give what we don't have.
That's right.
We have to experience it.
Yes.
It took me 7 years, and we just launched this nonprofit organization 3 years ago, and given it life. The Lord prepared my heart because He said I had to get ready to hear, because what I'm asking the survivors is to relive their pain. And so He took me to a whole training of it all, and that is for that reason why I tell folks I speak 6 different languages, but I don't speak suicide.
You don't speak suicide.
And suicide is not the answer.
No.
It's not the answer. It's only it's just no good.
It's not the answer.
It devastates the families.
Yes.
And,
Well, this life is meant to be lived. The other thing we have to remember is that the life that we have is ours. It's no one else's. So if we get into that habit of comparing ourselves to others, or listening to others' opinions, give me a break. I mean, that is your opinion, but from your perspective, you don't know what I'm living. You don't know what I've experienced. When I judged my friend, that caused me a lot of sadness, and it causes me sadness still. Because judging someone as they're going through the depths of despair, you're just adding to the depths of despair. Right. Do we really want to be those people? We don't. My feeling and what I have found in just dealing with people, the human family, no matter where we go, like you said, you speak 6 different languages, and I speak, 2.5. I'm trying to learn Portuguese because I have a daughter-in-law that speaks Portuguese. But it does not matter where we go in this world. It does not matter where we go. Love is the universal language.
Absolutely.
Everyone wants to feel loved and wants to feel seen, and they want to feel understood. And they want to feel heard. And we can, if we take all of those sad experiences that we've been through, and we can leave the sadness, but we can take the learning, and we can take the joy that brings that, really that sadness brings us joy. And I wish that we could just shout this. I'm so grateful that you invited me to do this.
I'm honored to have you here sharing your story, because without your stories, there would be no Monique Woolley Foundation.
Exactly.
And I miss her.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
She was a light. She was,
and she's beautiful. Oh my gosh, your daughter's
gorgeous.
So beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. But
do you think that maybe she's here and
she is here.
She's guiding you.
Energy, sweetheart.
Yes,
yeah, energy. I feel her energy.
Good.
Look at this.
Yes. Oh wow.
Okay. I feel her. I know.
Good.
I know.
I believe that too. I just wondered if you felt her.
Oh,
Daryl had asked that earlier today, and I love it when people bring that to my attention.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't you?
We are energy.
Yes.
And I feel her every day. I feel her giving me a pat on the shoulder, especially when I'm down and out, and she will bring that to me.
Yeah.
The WFBTY. What does that stand for? When feeling blue, think
yellow. We love yellow.
Yes, that was her favorite color. My favorite color is red. But I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for reliving your pain.
Yeah.
We'd love it if you would come back and give us another
course.
Story, because I know there's
there
more
many
to this.
Stories.
There's many
this
stories.
This is just a little one. Well, kind of a big
we
one.
We have to start somewhere.
We have to start somewhere.
Yes.
I just can't wait to be a part of this and to listen to everyone's stories, and then get us all together. And there's this tapestry. If you think of life and our stories as this tapestry, because yours might be red because that's your favorite color. Mine might be lavender, which is one of my favorite colors, and Monique's would be yellow.
Right.
And so if you think of all of us bringing our tapestries together, just think what a beautiful piece of art that would be.
And that's why it's
But
called,
if it's just red.
But that's what it's called, the WFBTY.
That's right.
Circle of Healing.
Yes, that's right.
As a matter of fact, if I may just give a shout out to that.
Please.
On April the 25th, Thursday, April 25th from 4 to 7, we are going to have the Circle of Healing at the Beverly Hills Chamber of Commerce. You are all welcome to come. And my friend S.Yates is going to be there.
I will be there. I would love to meet you. Come say hi and give me hugs. We'd love to hear your story.
Well, honey, I am just so thrilled. I just want to give you a hug.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes. Look at him. He's looking at us and saying, I'm blessing the both of you.
He goes, go girls.
Good job. Yes. So what did I say? When feeling blue, think